I mean, it's down to Bootkamp, really, in this situation. But Team Liquid were very quick to decide that they don't want Buck again. They're still not wanting to go up against Buck. They very much, again, we mentioned just before the break that they have a lot of operators in their wheelhouse. Buck is not one of them.
Which is disappointing because we've seen Sexy Cake play a decent amount of Buck on Oregon. He's done quite well with it in the past. So disappointing to see them potentially remove an operator from their own arsenal as well. We're going to see potentially the Lion getting banned. Yeah, it's going to be the Lion yet again getting banned out here by Bootkamp. So yeah, I mean that's fair. The only map where Liquid have won is where there was a Lion on the board.
So I assume Mirror and Echo, I feel like, are going to be the second two. It makes the most sense, the same bans as the previous round. But no, they're going to take Clash out of Team Liquid's defense.
Which makes more sense, honestly, considering that Bootkamp don't really play Clash, but Team Liquid do. We'll see Liquid are going to probably ban out the Mirror here, I would imagine. No, it's going to be the Echo. So surprisingly, they're going to go with the exact same bans they went with the last time. But not only that, we're actually going to see Mirror get through the bans here.
Mirror get through the bans on Oregon. Now, we've actually seen that once so far, at least. Maybe twice. I could just be remembering things wrong.
Yeah, between Pain Gaming and Blood Dragons, there was a Mirror on the board, which really did not go into Blood Dragons' favor in that game.
Nope, it did not. But so far, unfortunately, well, I say so far, it's unfortunately all over for Black Dragons. Spoilers if you didn't watch the game earlier, but it did not run to their favor at all throughout this tournament. But Sledge, Ash, Maverick, Zafir, and Habana, Pulse, Jaeger, Valk, Panda, and Smoke, Kidstorm, Storm's main hall for the first round of Map 3.
Yeah, I was just going to say there's no Mirror on the board, but there is now. It's going to be 6 picks out of it. But kind of surprised they're going for an upstairs defense over a laundry defense, considering that there is
Defenders, protect your bombs from
a Mirror on
being
the board.
used by attackers.
But again, like, you know, either of these sites are perfectly viable. Maybe would have liked to see a castle on the board, but not that important. Honestly, the way that Sexy Cake played Rook last time on this,
that's exactly what I was about to say.
Kind of would have liked to see him play Rook.
If, for those who haven't seen it yet, I definitely recommend going back and watching, well, the whole tournament, but the Team Liquid versus FaZe Clan match, where it was a best Liquid 3 maps. Oregon was the first map, 7-6, and some of the stuff that happened in that game were unbelievable, and a lot of that revolved around Sexy Cake and just how he was playing his defense on this map. It was out of this world, some of the shots and aggression that he was pulling off. So definitely, if you can, go back and watch that. But it'll be interesting to see how that develops. To be fair, in the early round or two, he wasn't that aggressive, and then it started ramping up. And I kind of, if I'm honest, I expect the same thing.
Yeah. Also, again, just running this strat, the Mirror. I really don't like this Mirror. Again, like, there's no one playing Big Tower, there's no castle. You can get very easily picked from that window that Sexy Cake is next to. I just, I don't agree with that at all. And on top of that, it's so easy to Habana as well, which M-King has just proven. But it's actually going to be a banner trick, so it's actually going to destroy it. So that's still good, but still maybe a little bit of a waste of utility coming out.
See, obviously, Sexy Cake holding with the Spaz 12 Valkyrie, but Bullet gets the opening frag. Palu goes down. You can see they're about to find another firefight in Armory as well. Obviously, the Spaz 12. You don't see that a huge amount on the Valkyrie over that MPX, but hey, it's whatever they want to run. Be interested to see how they hold that, because they've got quite a few of them stacked just on the top of that staircase on that Armory corner.
That was so smart from Sexy Cake. He pulled out his Nitro so he didn't give away his position with the gun. But that was not smart. He'll rotate all the way through into Armory and just get gunned down like a dog. Ness will take Dust off the table, turn it into a 3v4. Not looking too good for Liquid here. PSK is going to be holding on to this where he can. And it's just a Gem Wall is going to get opened up finally. Bootkamp.
See, Intact is starting to push quite hard. Habana just on the shoulder as well. They are putting a lot of pressure on this Armory corridor. They are putting right against Nesk, who looks like they might be having maybe they're not having internet troubles. You're always a little bit concerned with how the connection has been running so far this game, but Intact has actually rotated out. They're going to start pushing against the Dorm's windows, and MKing is just going to hold the angle and hope the rotate gets forced.
He's going to try and hold the angle, see what he can do here, as well as Zig going to be holding down the kids' dorms to see what he can do. Still Nitro in his back pocket as well, still plenty of intel available at Bootkamp. Still up as well as Ness gets another kill of his own. Intact going to go down. That's a 3v2. Not looking too good for Bootkamp now. They have their entry into the site. They have plenty of utility on the board still. But Nesk is going to make short work of Boar again, unable to really pin down this man. MKing is held down to him in a 1v3. 20 seconds left to go. We go for the pre-fires. Doesn't have any flashes, don't need X carriers either. Not looking too good for him at all to try and push in and try and get a kill. But no, we can't really quite find it. He does manage to find the wide peeking Zig. Goes around for a pistol kill, but can't find anyone pushing him just yet. We'll just ignore PSK, who will gun him down with a shotgun. Team Liquid will take round number 1.
Yeah, that seemed pretty clean from Liquid. Obviously, they also lost a man to disconnect during that as well, so they would have been actually in a 4v1 at the end of that. It was unfortunate how that played out. But again, this is one where I believe the last time we were here and Liquid were here, most of the rounds won were on defense. It's generally what we've been seeing from a lot of these guys, especially in these games. The defensive strategies are just very locked off and very, very precise. So
I mean, you say that, but the defense last map was not strong at all coming up.
That's true. Well, I guess we'll have to see how their Oregon plays. But we head down to the basement now. We're going down to Laundry and Supply with the Mirror, obviously the Smoke Jaeger, Doc, and Valk. So here is ACOG Doc potentially, although no, it's just a bait. It's a bait and switch. Legion is going to show up instead.
Yeah, Legion will indeed show up coming out from Sexy Cake. We're not going to see any 6-pick being moved out here from Bootkamp. So maybe, yeah, they see the Dog, maybe expecting a little bit of heavy aggression peeking coming out. But we are going to see a laundry room defense coming out from Liquid. And I think this time Bootkamp are definitely going to be expecting it.
Yeah, I think they'll be a little bit more aware of how this is going to go out. I'll be, again, interested to kind of see how they hold. Obviously, the staircase, you can see a lot of them pushing upstairs, but PSK heading all the way up, opening those top-level defenses. Nesk, again, reinforcing opposite attic. Imagine if they put a mirror there. How angry would you be? Sexy Cake.
We'll see.
You can see how they want to hold meeting as well, obviously. It looks like Nesk is opening themselves a lot of rotations. Going to try and play inside the upstairs armory dorms corridor for as long as possible. Obviously, eat as much time utility as you can. Now, DKB we're starting to see become much more prevalent than these guys' picks. Obviously, it wasn't in the first half at all. Not in Clubhouse at all across the rounds, but Coastline we started to see a bit, and now Oregon as well. So it's interesting to see how these guys are developing their picks against each other. And to be fair, with the kind of clarity of the roam from these guys, that makes a fair bit of sense.
It does make a fair bit of sense indeed. We'll see Liquid with a fairly aggressive hold with the Legion there as well to back it up. That definitely makes a lot of sense going in. Palu surely hears Legion Man yet, does see it, does take it down. Doesn't seem to be paying too much attention to the floor considering he just saw a Legion Man, but he will pay attention to Sexy Cake's head as he takes it clean off. Beautiful entry kill coming up from Palu. Not really sure about the angle that Sexy Cake was holding there though. No,
that was an absolutely delicious frag, and you can see they've backed up. Nesk finds intact. There was a counter frag. Obviously, they had 3 players playing at the top originally there, and they still obviously have 2 dots trying to close down against their backing up. Dockerby, there is Palu even on Zafir. You can see there's still someone in Dorm starting to get aggressive. Ash goes for the pick, but Zig is there to clean up. Palu, in the meantime, gets a counter against Bullet and gets another frag. 3 roamers, 3 kills for Palu. Now it's just a close down onto site.
Absolutely beautiful plays coming up from Palu, just fragging out of his mind. As we will see Nesk and PSK both playing left alone onto the site. Still have beautiful potential to bring this in, because don't forget the hatch isn't open yet. And if you want anyone to stay on the site, it's going to be Smoke and Mirror.
Yep, and they've got So this is down to generally how this game would have played out, even with a slightly different kind of hold. Nesk obviously still has an impact, still has 3 remote gas grenades, obviously. I assume, yep, Mira's still got her nitro as well. A lot of drone work coming out. They have a lot of time. They have still over a minute, so they can think of how they want to play this, but this could be a deciding moment. And it is a very easy pickoff there. Somehow, Miss sees where Palu runs, and Palu on the 4K, steaming for that ace.
See if he can try and get it. Is PSK going to be pressing fairly aggressively? Oh, but no, it's going to be Palu with the ace. Beautifully done. See how he goes.
3rd ace in out of everything. And we can see now, obviously, that gets put on the board. And that is 2 aces against Bootkamp, but the first one in their favor.
Yeah, beautifully played indeed coming out there. And it's going to be a pretty close game, it looks like, on Oregon.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for the long haul on this one. I feel like these two guys, or these two sets of guys even, are really going to back and forth this one. But we head straight back down to Laundry again. Obviously, they threw 3 people up in dorms. And are they going to do that again is my question here, because that is a lot of people to put far away from point. And if Bootkamp, I know they got very good at closing down the frags, and they shut it down very quickly with a lot of manpower up there. But you never know, they could go for something quicker.
They could go for something quicker indeed. Let's move through into round number 3 and see exactly how it is going to go down as we see a laundry room defense coming out here.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Now again, Nesk instantly heading up. Now they have dropped the smoke this time. They're not going to play the smoke. Obviously, we saw the visual was 6th pick to a mute as well. He's shown up for this. So again, it's a very, very different hold they're going for. It does look like they're going to throw down a lot more utility towards point and a lot more kind of just to bolster the anchors more than anything. I think they were well aware that, okay, maybe we lost too much upstairs.
I just feel like from Bootkamp's lineup, if you know you're going to be attacking basement, you need to bring a Thatcher or a Maverick.
Yeah, they've kind of put a lot of faith in that Twitch to at least try and do something down in the basement, but at the same time, it does funnel you. It does force you, especially obviously you steal that barbed wire at the bottom as well. It's going to be very hard for them to start just getting progress towards this point.
Definitely trying to get some progress going indeed. We'll see Bootkamp just droning it all out, trying to find exactly what they can do. They had a very impressive roam clear before. Let's see if they can show off something similar, especially from Palu, just fragging out of his mind.
See, obviously, yeah, Palu they've been very aggressive, very quick. They almost expected the roam this time, it seems. Oh, they expected to be able to push this hard and this fast, but it seems like they've gone with the complete opposite. Hold Liquid. Obviously, they've even taken control of meeting. It looks like there's someone playing the back of stairs. Obviously, the Bootkamp is just going to feed that information back. You have Nesk at the very top of Big Tower as well, and they're going to have to start thinking about how to shut that down, but they're firing bullets. I don't know if they know that someone is just lying on the other side.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of prone position that is, but he is going to be lying down there indeed. But the rotates are going to come through. Does cannot find the kill in time, but he's going to be able to hold down the angle and make sure that no one rotates up there instead. And that should be pretty good for him, because actually they've cleared out Big Tower for him.
Duz is definitely someone who we've seen can work very well with information on their side and get some very beautiful hammer and anvil style frags, so it's nice to obviously see them take a point with that beast of an F2 that it is, but they're obviously setting themselves up for that bunker take. They're starting to push down, and there is a beautiful take from Duz. This bullet is just looking the wrong way. You say the wrong way, but it's always hard. Nesk gets a return frag against Palu. It's again, very big take, big for big, and Nesk with a double against Duz as well.
Beautiful from Nesk, just goes through headshots, but not gonna last too long. Intact with an nade does manage to find him perfectly on the dot and does it into a 3v3, but still looking pretty good here for Liquid to try and hold on. They still got lots of utility on the board, still a couple of nitro cells on the board as well. As PSK takes down M-King, tries to take out another one, but no, it's a whiff nitro, but no, he gets taken out by Boar. Not before Intact does go down. Boar takes a double kill and moves it into a 1v1 all between him and Sexy K to try and bring it in. Still has one smoke grenade, and it looks like he's going to try and use it to rotate around and pick up his teammate of Intact to just give Oh, Sexy Cake! Beautiful! Nitro takes down Intact before he can be revived and turns it into a 1v1. Not looking too good here for Boar to try and bring it in. Use the SMG-12 to try and bring it a little bit further up, but Sexy Cake prevails to another day. Takes it down with a headshot. Team Liquid take round number 3.
I think Boar used a lot of their luck surviving that C4. I can only imagine how close that must have been to hitting the pair of them. But hey, that's a siege.
Well, what it did is it went through the hole that was made earlier. And so it went from where he was just over the shelf and landed in the hallway.
So it's just the swap over at the last second. It's like jumping on a C4 for a friend, but you kind of push them a little bit instead. Nesk obviously already on 7 frags. Really just flying the flag. And it's often said Nesk is, if Nesk plays well, the bolsters all of Liquid. They start playing up to his level and really kind of can bring a lot for the team. And to see obviously him off the bat with 7 frags, I think it's going to be a very big boost.
When Nesk has a good game, you know, they have a good game. You know, he has a really good game when he's going well. So hopefully we see a little bit of that Nest that we all know and love. We're going to go through a Kids Dom's main hold defense here for Liquid. And this was a pretty good defense for them last time.
Yeah, it was. It was a very solid defense. They shut down a lot of Bootkamp very quickly. Obviously, we saw a couple of questionable things, but without the disconnect, it would have been a 4 versus 1 left. And unfortunately, there's a disconnect now. So it's a 4 versus 5.
We're not going to see that Nest because he's there. Let's just wait for that admin call. It looks like they've said that the round has started already, so we cannot do a rehost just yet. Okay, let's see how it goes down. So we move into round number 4. And looking pretty good indeed for Bootkamp because they're already in a 5v4.
5v4, but hey, last time, as we said, it was a very sturdy hold from Liquid. It was a lot of them left alive by the end. They had a lot of good sidelines and a lot of good control over this point, so you never really know. Bootkamp are still going to have to play something impressive if they want to take it. Bullet, this time, is roaming kind of far off towards the bottom of the big tower, Harry Potter. And a Sexy Cake again with that Spaz 12 in Armory.
Yeah. I don't know, like, it worked last time for them, but I feel like Sexy Cake could have played this a lot better last time.
Yeah.
He did some smart things, but when he gave up his position into Armory to try and threaten the advance into Master Bedroom, you know, he completely gave up control of Armory.
Yeah, he threw himself across it. Palu finds Bullet, though. 5 versus 3. There's like a fairly nonchalant pick-off there. They're starting to open up holes into the point, try to find something. And at the same time, Duds finds PSK.
Absolutely beautiful. A pace Bazig is just going to rotate all the way through Pantry. Takes one down, but does easily able to trade it right on. Back to 60 Cake. He's just reinforcing the site. What is going on? This is so late into the round. It's Sexy Cake with a Nitro trying to deny the plant, but unable to do so. I don't think he even realizes the plant is going down. He's used the shotgun to bring it into a little bit of a 3v1 now. He tries to rotate around. The Diffuser does manage to go down, however. He uses the Deagle to try and deal out some long-range damage here. He sees it, but he can't bring it in. He uses the shotgun, but no, M-King with the pistol takes him down. Bootkamp takes round number 4.
2-2. The first plant goes down of their attack. There's only one attack possibility left. Obviously, they looked very sturdy in the defense of the first time, and that time the attack of Bootkamp just kind of shut it down.
Just kind of.
Just kind of. We did say the Nesk is always a big part of how well they play, and unfortunate disconnect just as the round started, but once the round's in motion, unfortunately, the admin is that you cannot rehost. But Kitchen Dining Hall for the last defense of Liquid.
We'll see how it goes down as we do move into round number 5. There's going to be the final attack coming out from Bootkamp before they have to switch on to the defense. CI is going to be moving through. Liquid are going to go for a Kitchen Dining Hall defense, surprisingly.
So, yeah, that is... well, if it wants to work for them, I mean, a lot of the times we've actually seen these guys come to Oregon, they've generally gone for more interesting kind of surprise points. We've seen them take Big Tower more than I think I've seen it in most other kind of sets and region or meeting hall tower as a hold point. So it's nice to see them play these sites because they're very creative with them. they like to take the opponents by surprise. They're always trying to evolve how they play and how they step. So yeah, we'll see instantly PSK opening up many holes and Zig as well. Whether Zig is bringing the Valkyrie shotgun or not, I guess we'll have to see. But Sexy Cake, we've already said how many different operators Sexy Cake can play. Here's another one.
Yeah, definitely another of the flex ops. Liquid, he does a really well job of that. We'll see how it goes down as Liquid move to a kitchen dining hall defense, but the crux of this defense really relies on how you hold onto the showers area.
Yeah, it's something that you've got to keep for as long as you can, and obviously you look at their defense setup, and yeah, they're good fraggers, but arguably you probably want PSK on your smoke just to play it, just to hold it, just to keep it. Maybe a little bit of Jaeger's help to just catch stuff as well. If you really want to be safe, Maestro too, but that's a bit overkill. But your smoke in there, he's got to try and keep those showers. He's got to try and keep control and stop the push from coming. At the same time, what we've seen from Bootkamp and their attack, again, it's something that we've seen on them all day, and what they do very well is just the way they play together, and Duds shutting down Sig. This is exactly what I was about to say. They're so good at moving fast and as a team, and they're catching Liquid unaware too often.
Just again, like really late setups coming out from Liquid is just destroying them time and time again. You see the little drone hole being used. There's a little bit of a peek as Neski's going to start getting fairly aggressive with it. Nades are going to come through, and this could be able to destroy that deployable shield. And PSK still holding down the showers, however, so he's doing his job, making sure he can do what he needs to do the best. But they're losing control, but Liquid do manage to find a frag of their own. Bullet does take down an M-King. That's diffuser down upstairs as well, and Bullet knows it.
See, obviously the battle upstairs and Dorms is going down. Duds is pretty injured, but has all utility left. Bullet, unfortunately, disconnects now. Some problems there, but Nesk finds Boar in the meantime, obviously being fed a lot of information, and with a double, taking down Intact as well.
Beautiful shots coming out there from Nesk. Is going to turn it into a 1v3 as Escape finds that kill into Duds. It's going to be all down to Palu to try and bring this in. It's a 1v3. What started out as a strong offensive has completely turned against him. Not looking too good at all. Palu's still going to be holding down outside showers, expecting the peak to come through. Just about 1 minute left remaining on the clock. He's going to try and push through into the hallway instead. I mean, he has still a lot of utility left on the board, but he doesn't really have any opportunity to use it just yet.
No, and whilst droning gets forced out by some very good smoke play there from PSK. Now Palu, as we said, he's an exceptional player. He obviously got an ace earlier on in this game. He's a great fragger, but 45 seconds on the clock. He's going to have to play his heart out, especially when Liquid is still very happy, and he's going to run straight into Maestro here.
And he can't win the fight. Sexy Cake takes him down with a headshot on Team Liquid. Take round number 5.
Beautiful hold there from Sex Cake, beautiful frag, and unfortunately even the mighty Palu couldn't pull off that, but he had very much the right idea. I think he was just trying to clear off a bit of his movement and a bit of his rotation. Unfortunately, it's a very hard fight. Swapping the halves, 3-2. This is the most balanced we've been at a swap half. They've both won a map. It's all to play for now. Obviously, we're seeing the pick of Vigil. There's a big take there, Intact on the smoke and the Jaeger as well as we go down to Laundry and Supply. There's Mirror, which is very much expected, although Mirror and Castle swapping out. At the same time, the setup here, a lot of Junkyard and Street as well. You've got your Ash, you've got Soft Destruction. It looks like they're going to want to take control of Meeting and just start keeping that vertical play that we've said Liquid have done very well in the past.
Yeah, they have been able to do very well in the past indeed. Let's see how they do on a bit of an attack roll this time, as this is a fairly standard attack lineup coming out from Liquid, especially with the roles that they are taking. We'll see a Laundry Supply Room defense, however, and just again, this no Thatcher, no Maverick being brought into your initial lineup, I think is a big, big mistake. But thankfully, for Liquid anyway, we're not going to see a mute coming out from Bootkamp.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think not taking a mute on this point, one thing that you tend to notice about Ledham is they like to have firefights. They're happy to have flat-facing firefights. They want to kind of bring it down to guns, and to be fair, they're very good at it. It plays into generally every single Ledham team is a very good, at least one or two of them, very, very good fraggers. So a lot of the times they're kind of more focused on getting to that level rather than trying to find ways to start digging through tactics. It's how they like to do it. It's how they don't want to mess around with those drop downs. If they don't have to, they'd rather just get to that level, find a quick way, get to that level, and start trying to find those firefights.
Yeah, start trying to find those firefights indeed. Let's see how it does indeed go down. As what is Duds doing in the small tower?
I think he has become office documents and is trying to start a new life here as Nesk instantly aiming at it. They know Duds is there, and this is going to be an interesting shutdown from Duds. I don't know if he is... well, that could only have gone one way. You could instantly see that they knew he was there.
Yeah, they had a Twitch drone in small tower, so yeah, you wouldn't be able to hear that. You probably wouldn't be able to see it, and yeah, there we go. 60K's drone does get revealed. So it was
one of those I've made a terrible mistake moments.
Oh, and 60K makes a mistake of his own. He will be able to pop that mirror into meeting hole. Unfortunately, and the rest of Liquid will just start on their drones, trying to make their way through life.
Now, Palu is still hanging around. Obviously, Kitchen wants to pick another fight. Boar is not far away. It has the rotation into meeting that's just used as well. Again, you can see how Bootkamp are kind of itching to push a little bit forward and try to find these fights before they start to find them. They're very much happy to push against these guys. Sexy Cake setting up far upstairs, worried about someone rotating quite far out there, though. I think that would be the hardest Claymore to get rid of. But it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, I will point out that is a very high place for them to generally have them. Mirror was that.
It was going to be the M King who does manage to shake down Nesk, and it's already the Ash off the board. But yeah, very aggressive mirror coming out indeed. As the pushes do start to slowly come out from Liquid, though, it is a 4v4.
4v4, minute on the board, plenty of time for them to start thinking of stuff. Obviously, there goes Hatch. It's now open main Hatch. That is a big part of pushing this point for anyone. Two of them stacking up behind that one mirror window, though. So that's please don't tell me there's three. No, only two of them are staying behind that mirror window. But again, a lot of that backside is not reinforced.
Oh, what a shot from Palu. Takes the head clean off of Sexy Cake. Doing very, very well with that so far. And he still has control of meeting hole with only 35 seconds left on the clock for Liquid. They're really going to have to start moving quickly here, and they've still got so much utility on the board here from Bootkamp to try and deny the plant when it does come through. This Capital Balls do start to come through. Inside PSK is just going to go for the silent drop, trying to drop all the way in, but he does go down. And yeah, there we go. Just Intouch moves all the way through, takes down Bullet, but PSK is actually still alive. And 1 HP in a dream, and Zig gets the double kill to clean it all up, and somehow Liquid take round number 6.
Yeah, I would say from the moment that Vigil picked up the frag, it seemed like Bootkamp had complete control, but Liquid just went, screw it, let's go for it. And it paid off. Obviously, the smokes perfectly got the two that were hiding inside the closet, and it just really, really came together for them.
Definitely doing very well indeed with that. Let's go through into round number 7 and see exactly how it is going to go down. I mean, looking pretty good, honestly, for Liquid here. I mean, they had a pretty good entry fragging roll, maybe a little bit of a misplay coming out from Duds there. That gave it early advantage.
I don't think Duds really intended to be there for as long as possible, but as soon as they were stuck there, the speed at which Nesk and Sexy Cake closed that down meant whatever motion happened, they're probably going to get in a tight spot. So, well, what happens is happens. You just don't do it again. I think it was a reminiscent of the fabled, I think it was Adam's spot on the old clubhouse, which was a classic Siege moment. But
it's a shame that the only spot that Adam managed to earn has now been removed.
Just taken out of the game entirely. Setting up, obviously, for another laundry hold. Again, there was a point in the previous round where it looked like Bootkamp had control. They made a couple of changes. Vigil is gone. Even the second time I made that mistake today, Vigil is gone. Instead, obviously, they have Pulse now, and Palu is playing Legion. So, Vigil is gone. It's here. Obviously, they've still got the mirror. Maestro is taken off the board as well. So even though it was close, they're still looking at the changes they can make. And to be fair, this is a fairly decent but similar lineup at the same time. Liquid, if it ain't broke, don't change it. They've generally gone with everything exactly the same.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Yeah,
Attackers
so
must locate and
let's move
defuse the
through
bomb.
into round number 7. The action phase gets underway, and we'll see exactly how Bootkamp want to hold on to this. And it looks like they want to hold on to this fairly aggressively with a roaming smoke.
Roaming smoke, a kind of a famous part of LATAM in that no one else does it, and occasionally they do it, and that's all you can really say about a roam.
I think it's something that only really works on this map, just because of how destructible it is. You can just actively make rotates for yourself here. But Intact is going to be playing into Big Tower. PSK instigated to drone him out, however. It's going to be not looking too good for Bootkamp here in terms of setup, but we'll see how the round develops.
You can see Sexy Cake instantly wanting to close down on Intact. This is going to be a close fight. The F2 is powerful, but so is a shotgun. So you've really got to know your angles to play it. It's going to come down to a lot of team communication here, but they're going for the wide rotation. I think they got very lucky there with just how the head managed to gloss, but they're going to go back up. Obviously, that is a completely destructible wall there between the two. And it seems like Sexy Cake is just a bit concerned about meeting.
Oh, but he's gonna win the fight. Intact goes down, not even aware that the push came through, but should be able to refrag this, but Sexy Cake just gets all the way out of there and puts a Claymore down as well. Wait, how does not refrag that instantly? That was a massive mistake coming out here from Bootkamp, but Palu will manage to get a frag of his own. Ness goes down, but Bullet quickly trading it right on back. Imkin goes down, but so does Bullet. Himself getting traded out. Palu just holding on to the top of the big tower as well as Duds. Seeing a lot of big towers surrounding coming out here from Bootkamp as Duds slowly pushes down the stairs, convinced that Sexy Cake is down there, but he will not actually be down there. It is a 3v3, however.
Seems like they've noticed that there's a lot in Big Tower. Instead, they're going to start pushing from West Main, or Main even. They want to start closing it down. Obviously, Boar is going to be feeding this information, saying to the two tower players, yep, they're here, they're pushing, the drop down's going down. Please rotate back, as Duds has. Palu is pushed up towards Attic. Very close to getting the drop there on the Pulse, who's just going to use that through a mirror window, so fair enough. And here comes the same smoke push as before.
Yep, that's all the smoke push is going to come through. Tower bolts come through. Sexy Cake takes down Duds. It's the 2v3. Lots of utility still on the board here for Bootkamp, however. But the diffuser just goes down anyway. Liquid take the diffuser down. Palu goes down to Sexy Cake, and PSK cleans things up nicely onto Boar. And just none of that utility came out from Bootkamp. That was terrible. Liquid put themselves on that point.
Liquid, they're playing it very well. And again, the communication game. It was very good there. They instantly kind of pulled back. Obviously, they managed to get the one frag, and they realized just how much was around tower and went, well, no, let's not do this. Let's push back. At the same time, Bootkamp did respond initially well to that. They did start coming back over from Big Tower, but they're not locking off those kills. They're not locking off those frags. I believe the Pulse still had a C4 in pocket at the end, and there's just a lot more they could have done with that.
Yeah, just, I mean, there's a reason you save this utilities at the end for the plant down. You know, they all know that, but it seemed that they're very hesitant to deploy the utility. So, very disappointing coming out there from Bootkamp, not really finding the right opportunity. And by the time it had come, it was already too late. So, we are going to see yet another laundry room defense, but Liquid are really serving up a hot platter for this one. They're really showing it to Bootkamp, and they're really going to have to pull off something incredible if they want to save themselves from getting knocked out.
I swear if Sexy Cake locks in on a main fuse, I would...
Honestly, not a bad idea.
I just love it. The amount of operators Sexy Cake has played, it's like just going through a list of them. And obviously Fuse with that elite skin, which I love Fuse, but again, seeing Fuse at this level is rare. But if there was a point where Fuse is...
So what I'm thinking here is, obviously you can't use it on laundry at all, because it's all
locked off, all sturdy.
You can't breach that door at all, but more for breaching meeting hall. You could easily fuse one of the attic walls, you could easily fuse big tower walls and things like that. So, and you know, the amount of utility that Bootkamp are dedicating to this, it makes sense to, I mean, I don't know, I think there's still better options you can take the fuse, but it does make sense to bring him in a way.
I think the one thing that might cut this fuse off before it gets a chance to get one of the fabled pops off is Intact at this point, because Intact has been the last, oh not Intact, Palu even, because he's generally been the last one left in the previous couple of rounds. He's generally been playing around meeting as well. And they haven't really fought him on meeting yet. They haven't taken him on that ground. So if they do try and roll into meeting, if they do try and roll into that, and if anyone's going to hold that fight, I think he's got a lot of possibility to.
Yeah, definitely. I think they should be wary of that indeed, as M-King will just roam around and you'll be able to find one of the drones, and that's definitely going to affect the drone economy, but it's going to be intact on the Smoke Roam, who somehow runs across the front door and runs all the way down laundry stairs and doesn't get picked for it. I think it's just one of those things we just don't expect anyone to do that.
No, you're kind of in a little bit of stunned silence. It's a bold move from Intact, but to be fair, we've seen Intact play some very bold strategies and pulled them off quite brilliantly as well today. So,
yeah, definitely. It looks like Bullet and they're going to be slowly making their way in through bunker entrance and trying to get into blue. I try to push all the way through there into boiler room. Neski's going to put down some hash charges and see what he can see as he pushes through all the way on his side. Says Cake maybe trying to want to affect some of the utility here in the meeting hall, but oh, Palu is going to be very aware of all of this. Does manage to get opened up very, very quickly. Palu's in a bit of an awkward position here, and yeah, there we go. Sexy Cake with a beautiful entry frag using that AK-12.
So that was the firefight that Sexy Cake was probably going to find, and they very much picked out. But Duds gets a brilliant counter, and M-King with the double, and it's suddenly become a 4 versus 2. With Capitao and Thermite left to try to take this.
And we still have a few operators on the board and lots of utility on the board here from Liquid. There's still a lot of opportunity to go in here. What a shot from PSK, but Zig will go down to Duds. And it's going to be a 3v1. PSK still has so much utility left on the board. He's got 3 flashbangs and 2 firebolts. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Not impossible, but it's not easy. There is obviously the smoke still on the board of Intact as well. Few shots go through Mirror, drop her to the ground. It's become a slightly easier fight for PSK, but he has 30 seconds, so he's got to start formulating a plan. There goes one of the first smoke grenades. It's taking down Mirror, but that's a tick out in the smoke.
PSK just chokes on that smoke, and Bootkamp Gaming remain in this for one more round.
Versus 3, not the end of the world, but obviously they can't take Laundry again, and that has been all of their defensive rounds. I'm going to guess they'll rotate up to Dorms. But hey, you never know with these guys. They've pulled a few tricks out of their sleeves already.
Yeah, no, they definitely have, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them go somewhere maybe a little bit different. And yeah, they will be going to Big Tower. Very interesting. It's interesting because this can be actually a pretty good site to hold on to if you have a mirror. Which they do.
That's the thing. It's one of those sites where, again, it can take people by surprise as well, because they're just not so used to not pushing it, so used to not taking it. Obviously, even less so when a mirror's on the board as well, because of how frequently she gets removed. But you can see the Ying is bought from Nesk, so they've got some ideas of how they want to do it, at least.
Just a few ideas, indeed. Let's go through now into match point still to Liquid, just 1 round away from locking out the series and knocking out Bootkamp. Very, very close game indeed it has been so far, but you know, this is a big risk for Bootkamp. Even though I said, you know, this can be a good defense, you have to play it right.
Got to play it right. Got to be... It's one of those ones where we were saying before, there's certain defenses where you put a lot of faith in your fraggers. You put a lot of faith in being able to get picks, which obviously these guys, both teams, can excel at. But when you roll the dice on something like that, you're really rolling the dice. You're really, there's certain points where your tactics can be more heavily rested upon than others, and this is one of those sites for sure.
I don't know. I think this is less about getting frags and more about not getting fragged yourself.
No, that's definitely fair, actually.
If you hold control of Meeting Hall for a while, then you can really delay the initiative coming out from the attackers. Unfortunately, Bullet is going to leave the game. Members of Liquid definitely having connection issues tonight.
The joy of it, unfortunately, but sometimes you just have to put up. Intact playing in small tower office quite far. Palu at the very top. Bullet rejoins very quickly, but unfortunately too little, too late. Nesk is pushing up the top of tower in just a second, apparently. It's going to wait it up and weigh it up. Obviously, one of the big fears about taking a point like this, pushing a point like this, is those windows. Sexy Cake finds Intact in small tower, though.
And that has managed to even the scoreboard out. That's 4v4 now, looking much, much better. And yeah, wow, what an incredible kill.
Yeah, it was a very quick take from Sexcake as well, who, to be fair, we know Sexcake is a very capable fragger, and they are proving it. Boar has actually rotated up to kind of double up over there as well. You can see that they're looking to start stressing this tower and putting pressure against it as well. Sexy is taking out that side door, the construction door entrance. Nesk wants to ying the window. You can feel the vibe, but Boar has gone right to the window where they lost someone before.
Yeah, he's getting pretty brave with it. Oh, that was almost beautiful pre-fire coming out from Sexy to try and immediately take down one, but will not manage to find the kill just yet. Just about halfway into the round now, and this smoke still getting fairly aggressive with it. Should see Candel's coming out, and that is a very early smoke coming out. Should be for a rotate. Cucumber will finally get spotted out, and we'll see the foot. Oh no, the foot. Oh wow, what the jump out just comes out from M King, and he takes a double kill. Nesk and Sexy Kick both off the board. PSK refrags. Zig gets a kill of his own, and now it's all down to Boar. As Paolu is injured, unfortunately, Boar gonna have to try and rotate all the way through back into Attic quickly before Liquid realize how much control they actually do have.
Well, the jump out double kill. We say you've got to bring interesting strategies to this point, and yeah, it's not really a strategy, but boy, did it work. Two very big frags off the board, and it's now down to Zig and PSK, who instead of pushing for the frags, they're taking this moment to get the diffuser down. Boar is going for the interrupt, though. Didn't. Yeah, the diffuser goes down, and Boar and Paolu with a killer piece.
Defenders have eyes on the diffuser.
Absolutely beautiful retake coming out from Bootkamp there. Little bit mistakes coming out there from Liquid. You put Bootkamp within striking range of that overtime.
Well, Boar bought it back for them. He bought it back for them as he came back and walked away. I reached for that. I don't care. He brought it back and he reached for that and he came back over. There was two jump outs in the end because I believe the smoke, Paolu, at the end jumped out as well to get one of those two frags as well. So again, bravery. The brave man is rewarded in this situation.
Yeah, definitely very well played indeed. It's just a shame about the foot.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate, obviously, that's Siege.
There's something about this map that promotes that, because I've seen that twice so far happen in Pro League against Secret on Oregon. I don't know, it's just one of those things, I guess. Just have...
they got big feet.
They got big feet, yeah.
Secret. Kid Storm's main hall, a potential match point, obviously. This is, well, I'm going to touch wood and say potentially a full-strength Liquid as long as no one else disconnects. They've been plagued by it.
I'm pretty sure that Liquid are all in a team house, so like, they should be playing next to each other, so I'm not sure where the connection issues are coming from, really. But we'll see how it goes down as we do move into match point still to Liquid just within one round of bringing this in, but Bootkamp also within one round of bringing this to overtime, which could be very exciting indeed. Let's get into this and see how it's going to go. What do you think about this so far?
Well, I mean, I think both these teams, this is maybe the first one, maybe the first set of games where they are really just back and forth again, really bat for bat. Obviously, the first map came to 7-6 overtime. The second was very much in Bootkamp's favor. They really just showed up and shut down on their, what is their select map, their turf. And then again, they're pulling it back round after round against the Liquid, who are kind of struggling. And it's something about Bootkamp's defenses have always been very solid, very kind of creative, fluid. And I know I've thrown those words out a lot, especially for this region, but it's so nice to see. At the same time, Liquid, some of the frags they get and some of these kills they get are just out of this world. They're just... So I think, you know, they always say that draws in Pro League are irritating because, you know, it's draws, but as someone who's used to seeing sports where draws happen because both teams are just very, very good, I think I'm glad that this one has been stretched out for so long.
Yeah, so we'll go through now into match point. So it's going to be the action phase underway now, and fairly aggressive hold coming out here from below here from Paolu, who's been a very, very capable fragger from Bootkamp so far.
He's shutting down drones and murdering everything that moves, holding around in kitchen. That's something he's also been doing very well with his fragging game, is just the movement. The movement, he's been hitting rotations around maps and still not being detected whilst he's doing them. And that's always a very big part, because yeah, if you're rotating and you're holding, they're closing you down and they know where you are. But if you're doing it without being detected, that's, you know, that's Vigil without his ability.
The big thing here is this attic push isn't really being contested at all. MKing does manage to realize it is starting to get contested here by Bullet and just rotates all the way out instead. There's a lot of control here for Liquid, but they don't have a pick yet. And as we've mentioned multiple times, Liquid very much rely on the momentum. They rely on those picks to try and actually get into the side and go for the plant. Flashbangs are going to come down straight up into Kids' dorms. You see how he goes down. Lots of drones coming out as well, as Board just managed to shut it down. And wow, Paolo very, very low as he attempts to go for a little bit of a frag here.
Yeah, he's obviously instantly rotated back, worried about there. He's taken off a small tower. A lot of holding angles. There's still a minute left, and every single player is still on the board, which is rare to see with these guys because of how excellent they are at getting those picks against each other. You can hear the Candelas going off. Nesk is entering. Palu's trying to cover the side, but no one is there, and Sexy Cake takes down Duds. Nesk drops Boar as well, and they are into the dorms.
Not looking too good at all, but oh, Zig and Sexy Cake both go down. This is not looking too good either way now. And yeah, MKing will be able to clean it up. Oh, Bullet and Nesk clean it all. And a beautiful shot coming out from Bullet here right at the end, but also from Nesk pushing into Kids' dorms. That's going to be GG well played. Liquid take the map 6-4 and the series 2-1.
Well, so that was, as I said, just before it ended, that was two teams, and neither of them really wanted to drop out of that. Both of them really played out of their mind state and really played out of their skin. And obviously, unfortunately, one of the teams has to be sent home. It's Bootkamp today as previous winners, but they played very well. And I think there's a lot that they can take away from this, for sure.
Yeah, so we will have, I believe tomorrow, we'll have Immortals versus Team 1 Esports in losers round 2, followed by Pain Gaming versus Team Liquid, and still an elimination bracket here. If you lose in this losers rounds, we say goodbye to you.
Say goodbye. And these are some big teams, big games that are coming up as well. Obviously, we've seen now how these guys have been playing. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it continues.
It will be interesting to see how it continues, but thank you for all for watching for tonight. We hope you had some very entertaining games to watch. That'll be all from us for tonight here at OGA. Hope you tune in tomorrow for some more action around the same time. I've been your host and caster, James Sternap Parkinson. I was joined by the beautiful Captain Fluke. We'll be back tomorrow. See you later.
See you then.